What's up YouTube, GENOTHADRAGON's back. This time we're doing X-Men Legends unboxing and review. So here we are, X-Men Legends and X-Men Legends 2 Rise of Apocalypse for the PlayStation 2. Oh, but not these X-Men Legends. Although if you want to do our review of these two games were fantastic. Also have X-Men Legends 2 on my PSP. So if you haven't played these, go out and play them. X-Men Legends. But we're not here to talk about these legends. We're here to talk about these legends. Marvel Legends, X-Men Legends Wave, Juggernaut Build-A-Figure series. Yes, they are here. Finally get an X-Men Wave. Last time we saw some X-Men was the Toys R Us exclusive wave, or Diamond exclusive, I guess. Chad Storm, Cyclops, Wolverine, Magneto, and Strife with the Jubilee Build-A-Figure, which was hard to find for a lot of people. I got them all, except for the Wolverine. But that was a good wave. But this time we're back, full-fledged, full retail release, at least for most people, or a lot of people, not everybody yet. Yeah, X-Men Legends. They're back. We got, man, you got a full wave here. Oh, I love this. And I figured since I love the X-Men so much, X-Men in your face, I figured I'd do a video review of the full wave. So hopefully this won't be too long, but yeah, it's the X-Men. I gotta do something big. Just happy. Like as I said in my Namor video, I got all of them, like this whole wave plus that guy, all together one morning when Walgreens had a fresh set of fresh case in X-Men figures, Namor. Oh man, it was fantastic. I walked in, I was ready to hit all the Walgreens. There's 3 in my town. I was ready to hit all 3 of them one morning. I walked in, they had everything there. I didn't even have to go to the other 2. But I did anyway, because I was hoping, just in case, they might have had the Spider-Man wave in. But they didn't, so... Plus, I got all of them 20% off, so that's why I went hoping for the Spider-Man wave as well. Hope I get that one cheaper. But they didn't have them, so still looking for those. Anyways, X-Men wave, I'm in there, and like this manager, he's like, he's like, oh, you collect these? I was like, yeah. And he said, what? I forgot. I posted all on the Facebook Marvel Legends group. But he's just like, he's like, oh, he thought they were the wrestling ones. So I'm like, no, it's X-Men one. He's like, are they worth any money? I'm like, no, I'm just a big fan of the X-Men. They're my favorite superheroes. Favorite comic book team all time. Favorite comic books characters. And he's like, oh, well, nobody's been in to buy them, so they're all yours. So I'm thinking, like, you damn right they are. And I had them, like, in a handbasket because I couldn't carry out 9 figures. But yeah, here we are. X-Men. So, if you don't know, this wave consists of, we have Phoenix and Deadpool. A lot of people looking for Deadpool, obviously. He's got a lot of accessories. We got Wolverine in his brown and yellow costume, and then Cable. Then we got Havoc and Kitty Pryde. Marvel's Havoc, whatever. Marvel's Phoenix. And my 2 favorites of the wave, at least before I open them up, we got Rogue, aka Marvel's Rogue, and Iceman Bobsicle. Been waiting for those 2 for a long time. I know a lot of people waiting for that 90s Rogue to come along. So even though I'm happy to have all these characters, if it was my choice, I probably would have substituted out Phoenix, Wolverine, Deadpool for sure, maybe Cable, and then I would have brought in Beast, Gambit, Colossus, even though he's coming next year, and then like a modern Psylocke in her like most recent costume with the X across it, and but give her like some solid feet, not the ain't like the with the Miss Marvel body. Like those are the 4 figures I probably would have opted for over these 4, but that's what it is. So kind of take a look at the back here. You kind of see the figures, everybody there, and then Juggernauts, Build-A-Figure. I do the Marvel Select Juggernauts. When I put them together, I'll do some comparison shots. And then there's Phoenix here, kind of going to the bios. As soon as we can kind of get in there a little bit. So we have an expert of psionic force. Jean Grey uses her powers of telepathy and telekinesis as the mind-controlling hero Phoenix. For DP, combined with impressive agility and stamina, Deadpool's powers of self-healing make him nearly unstoppable in fight. Plus, he can talk you to death. Wolverine, virtually indestructible and always ready for a fight and a beer. Wolverine's specialty is sending bad guys running. Or crawling away, because he probably sliced up their legs. Cable, a lifelong soldier. Cable perfected his fighting prowess with a technological technological virus suppressed his natural psychic abilities. Techno-organic virus. I think that's what it was. Havoc, main man Havoc. I wish this would have been the Havoc with the goggles. That was a cool look. I liked it anyway. With control and precision, Havoc processes cosmic energy to send plasma waves blasting from his supercharged body. Kitty Pryde, X-Man extraordinaire, X-Woman extraordinaire, with her ability to elude attacks by making herself intangible. Catherine Kitty Pryde, aka Shadowcat, and Sprite, is an expert of defense. You guys are definitely downplaying her powers. She can definitely be offensive as well. Iceman, Bobsicle. Iceman keeps his cool in battle with his ability to turn water to ice and freeze his own body to temperatures below zero. Keep it frosty. Stay frosty, folks. And Rogue, last but not least, with just one touch, Rogue can absorb anyone's powers, making her capabilities in making her capabilities in any matchup nearly limitless. Rogue. Oh yeah. Alright, so here we are. All 8 X-Men. X-Men Legends. Marvel Legends. And alright, so yeah, now we're gonna crack these boys open and I'll take a look at them one by one. Before I jump into the figures, I just gotta say, this is the 3rd or 4th time I've done this video, no lie. Because every time I do it, it ends up being 48 minutes. It's always close to 50 minutes for some reason. I mean, I know why, because I'm doing essentially 9 figures, including the Build-A-Figure. So I'm looking at each of them individually, and it ends up taking like 5-6 minutes a piece. So it was like a regular figure interview or review. So I'm trying to figure out like a way to do it where I can cut it down, because nobody's gonna watch a 48-minute toy review. Nobody has time for that. So yeah, I'm doing them all like this. I'm not gonna touch on everything because a lot of their articulation is pretty standard, but I can touch on some of the differences. So first up is my main man, Cable, and I'll start with him because I knew going in like he looked cool, but I didn't realize how cool of a figure he'd end up being, and I'm really happy with him. Definitely glad I picked him up. He looks great. Can you see here, like the armor and his like the vest is very I like the militaristic look of it, obviously, of course, because he's a soldier. But yeah, also quick note on his sculpt, kind of seeing there, which I didn't initially see, but you can see in his vest there, on the front and back, and then as well on his shin padding, shin armor, shin plating, I guess. There are bullet wounds there, so that's a pretty nice touch. Yeah, and more on the sculpt, see if we can get his face in there. Scarred up there, like Wolverine. Him and Wolverine argued over a couple of beers. Don't know who won. And then love the detailing with the metal on the left side of his body, the arm and the face, the techno-organic virus there. Got the gray hair. Cable's all stressed out. The stress of war and all that. And you got the X on the right shoulder there. But yeah, the guy looks great. He's got like the dark brown in there for the for all the straps and pouches. No shoulder pads, knee pads, nothing for this guy. Very streamlined. Kind of cut down the weight. Quick touch on his accessories. Cable just comes with 2 guns. I prefer the smaller one. Well, he comes with the ammo belt too. I prefer the smaller one. The bigger one just looks kind of silly. So, yeah, there they are. And then Cable also comes with one of these pieces for Juggernaut. Put them together for him and Phoenix, and I can't really take them apart, so or I don't want to. Other quick touch with the sculpt is on each of his wrists or on his hands, on his gloves. He's got like a little metal plate there, so that's a pretty cool touch. And then whatever this little circular thing is, I have no idea what that is. I can't recall ever seeing that in the comics. So yeah, articulation, touching his really quick. He's got a really good like range for his neck tilt, so kind of looking down, looking up. Might want to have him skydiving in the battle there, or kind of looking down and all the bodies on the ground, because that's war. Mid-section swivel, like the upper abdominal, instead of a like ab crunch, he has a full swivel there. Articulation shoulders, bicep, double jointed elbows, wrist swivel, and pivots. I think, yeah, do they? Yeah, they do. Waist swivel, got thighs, pretty good range with the thighs. Thigh swivel, or hips, I mean, and then the thigh swivel. Double jointed knees, ankle rockers. You're not going to get a whole lot going forward, though, just because of the shin plating. And that shin plate also eliminated calf swivel, so none of that. But yeah, and cable stands just under 7.25. So this guy's definitely not a short stack. Big guy, ready for the NFL, Mutant League. But yeah, that's cable. Next up is Deadpool, Wade Wilson, or DP for short, if you're into that kind of thing. Yeah, Deadpool's obviously one of the more sought after figures because it's Deadpool and all that crazy popularity, and everybody wants Deadpool and having a movie out and all that. And the figure definitely looks good. Only issue I have with him is that stupid pinky is up on his right hand, and then the buckles on the boots, they look really stupid. They look really silly for him. So other than that, everything else looks great. Got the holster on his thigh with a bunch of pouches, and then the belts, got grenades, pouches, and then sheaths for his katana, twin katana there. Those all nicely detailed. Skull looks great. Can see get his ugly mug in there, and you can kind of see the mask there with the, I don't even know, just the top of it kind of hanging off there. And Deadpool always looks like, yeah, just have a little kind of squint there. Kind of see it. Deadpool comes with a ton of accessories. He's also the exception to the wave because he does not come with a piece for Juggernaut. So, yeah. First he comes with his extra head. Fried Deadpool. It's a really stupid head I would never put on there. But you can kind of see it there. Then he comes with a ton of accessories. He's got his Rocket RPG with the boxing glove on there. This weird kind of sci-fi rifle. Grenade launcher is really weird kind of for Deadpool to have a grenade launcher. Taco, because Deadpool. Twin pistols. A knife. And of course, my favorite, twin katana. Of course. Deadpool, yeah, like I said, it was great sculpt, looks good. Kind of checking some of the detail there. See some of the silver is just painted on, but it's supposed to, I don't really know what it's supposed to be. I don't know if it's supposed to be like buckles or what. But then on the belt there, got his little silly logo there. Show you around there. Shin padding, and then also got the knife goes on his leg there. So yeah, standard articulation as well. Pretty much everything Cable had except for he also has cap swivel, and then he has a ab crunch. So yeah, Deadpool. Deadpool stands just about 6.5. A little taller than me. So yeah, Deadpool, definitely great figure. Don't give in to the scalpers. Hopefully you'll find him. If not, then go ahead and pay him. But yeah, he's definitely a good figure. It's not just the hype. Definitely a nice addition to the collection. So yeah, that's DP. And phasing her way into action is Kitty Pryde, aka Shadowcat. figure I've been watching for a while. I do have her Marvel Universe figure, and she's just a fantastic character. So definitely high up in the ranks of the X-Men as far as popularity, especially within the last 10 to 12 years. She's definitely kind of cemented her like status in the X universe. So yeah, Kitty Pryde, great to have a Marvel Legends figure of her. Kitty comes with Lockheed, little cute purple guy there. And then she's all special because she comes with not only one, but two Build-A-Figure pieces. The right arm of Jugs and the actual original Onslaught head, which goes, which you add to the red Onslaught figure from the Captain America wave. Yeah, here's Kitty Pryde. Looks great all around. Got a little headband there, a little speck there. A little paint issue there. Headband, got a little yellow band in there. Or yellow, and I just think it was blacker. It's really dark blue. It might be black though. The only issue I have with her is her belt. I don't like the two kind of strands. I'd rather it be like a one solid piece around. But yeah, she looks great, and she has the actual flat feet and not those weird boots that always present balancing issues, which we'll get to with this bastard over there. Yeah, she's great. Articulation, not much head tilt because of the headband. Elbows, single jointed shoulders, single jointed elbows. Like a lot of the women figures usually get single jointed elbows. Wrist swivel pivots, midsection swivel, no waist articulation. Your thighs, pretty in range with the thighs, or hips, I mean. Thigh swivel. Double jointed knees, and of course ankle rockers because those are awesome. And yeah, as far as the sculpt and the paint, nothing too much. The costumes, just the two colors really, except for the belt buckle, which looks great. If we can get that in there, then you kind of go back into her face, so you get a little detail in her face. She does have like some light pink lipstick. But yeah, she looks great. Definitely happy. Like I said, I'm happy to have Kitty in the collection. And Miss Sprite stands just about 6 1/4, taller than me as well. Everybody's taller than me. Yeah, she looks great. So definitely happy to have Kitty in the collection. And sliding his way into my collection is Robert Drake, aka Iceman, affectionately referred to as Bobsicle. Probably even more than Kitty. I was anticipating. I had him high on my list of anticipating figures, waiting for a good Iceman to come on collection. And sadly, this is not it. Like I said, honestly, like he looks great aesthetically. He looks fantastic. Only issue I have with just how he looks are his feet, because it's not like the solid piece. It's just you actually see his toes. So I was never a fan of that look. Like that's the only issue I have with how he looks. I don't like the translucent blue, like that light blue looks great on him. And kind of like the ice effects all around his body look great too. But the figure itself is not that cool. Like I was just expecting something better. Not accessory wise, because it's Iceman, so it will need accessories. But just some of the pieces, like when you get into like the legs and the hands, it's like this kind of like a rubbery, you get like this rubbery feel to it, and just I don't know, it just doesn't feel as solid as you'd expect. I don't know if that's, I can't really say that's because it's translucent, because I have Age of Apocalypse Sunfire as well as Radioactive Man and possibly another one, and I don't believe they have that same feel to them, so I don't know what's going on with this. But yeah, so I was just really kind of disappointed with that. Yeah, you can check out his sculpt here. Get some of his face in there. It looks, like I say, he looks cool as hell. Like the white eyes in there. Nice little face sculpt, a lot of detail. And then this piece on here, on his back, is pretty cool too, because you can actually take this out. But I like the look of it. So I probably end up leaving it in there for the most part. If I put him on display, it'll definitely be in there. He's a slim guy. Articulation, oh no, head coming off. Pretty good range of the neck. Shoulders, he pretty much the same thing as Deadpool, except he does not have calf swivel, and his thighs are a little tight, but I haven't really messed with him as much as the others just because I've just been kind of disappointed in him. And then Iceman comes with the other arm for Jugs, another piece closer to building our human juggernaut. Yeah, I ain't saying, like, I'm happy to have Iceman in my collection, but I'm just not as happy as I could be with this figure. I feel like we definitely could have got a better Iceman. It's just so close. Like, he just looks so cool, like, but it's just not. That rubbery feel just really knocks him down in my book. So, yeah, Iceman. And Mr. Drake stands. I actually put him out to probably just about a hair above 6.5. That's really just because of his ice hair. So, yeah, there's Iceman. And strolling down the runway is Mr. Canada himself, Wolverine, Logan, James Howlett, whatever you prefer to call him, in his classic brown and yellow uniform. I have a few figures like this. It actually reminds me of the 90s Toy Biz Wolverine 1 action figure. Also because his accessories, which include 2 sheath claw hands, so that's a pretty nice touch. And then he also comes with the head of Jugs. Yeah, this Wolverine, I don't really need another Wolverine in my collection because I already have 4 Marvel Legends Wolverines. One is really terrible, being the Ultimate X-Men unit Wolverine, which is just a horrible figure. But my favorite would be this guy right here, Astonishing X-Men Wolverine, fantastic figure. Then also have the other Hasbro Toy Stripe, or Tiger Stripe Wolverine, and then X-Force Wolverine. So I don't really need another Wolverine, but it's a different costume. And actually just a great looking figure. Nice and short, the way he should be. Articulation. And I love the addition of the hands. And the claws look great too. They're kind of a little out of place in some. Yeah, the middle claw on both hands is actually kind of out of place compared to the other two. Articulation, I don't know. See, this is what happens. See, we're going to talk about that later with Phoenix. The second time I had to mention that. When we get to you, we're going to have a talk. Actually, let's kind of get in here. Kind of show you the sculpt a little more. Show his face there. Looks pretty great all around. Nothing really big with the paint. A few figures, though, do have the numbers on the back of the leg, so that kind of sucks. But kind of expected, it just kind of happens. They should put it on the bottom, but it probably wouldn't fit. Anyways, got the belt buckle in there that's sculpted, so it's pretty nice. It would be nice if that was X, but it wasn't really wearing that with this costume. So the thing I really like with the articulation are these, like this, like shoulder, chest, kind of outer chest joints there. You kind of get that in there. I saw it with Dekin, and it's been on several of the other Wolverines, and I believe some of the Spider-Man figures as well. So that's a nice little touch. Good. Other thing with the sculpt is the neck. He's really hunched over, so it's kind of weird, and his neck looks really strong. Yeah, he's pretty muscular. Like, biceps are definitely huge for this guy. They should probably be a little smaller, but yeah, it's Wolverine. Other than that, nothing too. It does not have the calf swivel. Everything else pretty standard though. Like good neck tilt, head rotation, shoulders, bicep, ab crunch, waist swivel, double jointed elbows, wrist pivot swivels, hips, thigh, double jointed knees, and ankle rockers. See, like I say, not high on my list, but I've always been a fan of Wolverine. So, yeah, I'll take another Wolverine figure. Why not? And this little fella is about 5 3/4. So, yeah, there he is. Little short guy. Little short Canadian. Yeah, nice figure all around. Like I say, the claws look good. And the nice addition with the hands, so you can kind of swap those out. and have his claws kind of put away because they get kind of dangerous. Here's Wolverine. And the other Summers brother, or one of the other Summers brothers, depending on your taste, Havoc, Alex Summers, in one of his modern costumes. I say one of because there was another costume I would have liked from him. It's the one where he wore probably about 10 years ago in the X-Men title. And it was really similar to this, except he had goggles. I don't know if he had silver gloves and the rest of the silver accents, but it was really just the goggles that kind of stood out for me. I always like characters with goggles. This one, like the silver there, really just kind of reminiscent of his OG costume with the rings on his head, which served a purpose I still am not sure about. So I guess somebody thought it was cool and it just kind of stuck. Here's Havoc, black and silver, nothing too spectacular with the paint. And I like the character, so he's been pretty big lately, or recently, not lately, I guess. But the previous Uncanny Avengers series, he had a lot of time in there, including getting his face half burnt off. Only issues I really have are on his fist here. It's like, I don't know, something with the paint on his, like his middle knuckle. I will say it was just the paint, but it's actually, if you feel it, it's kind of grooved, so like it kind of got chipped. So I don't really know what's up with that. Other than that, that's pretty much that. It does have a hole for a stand, figure stand, if you want to have him in there. Kind of get his face in there, kind of check him out there. The red there, and the blue eyes. The chest logo isn't perfect, but I mean, I'm not a big stickler on that, so it works good enough for me. Like the silver gloves. And then accessories comes with these two, like these light blue, a little bit of white in there, like blast. And then he comes with one of the legs for Jugs. I don't know if it's this leg or the other leg. He kind of got them mixed up. But yeah, there's Havoc. I'm a fan of the character, so definitely happy to have him in the collection. Marvel Legends Havoc. And he stands 6 1/4. Yeah, it's Havoc. I'm gonna say nothing too fantastic, but it's just a solid figure. So, yeah, Havoc. And now here we go. So let's talk about this one. Jean Grey Phoenix, green and yellow costume. Similar to Iceman. Well, different from Iceman in that I really didn't care if I got this figure or not. Honestly, there's a few figures in here. I'll talk about that later. But Phoenix was not high on my list. But, I mean, it's Jean Grey, so, I mean, I could use another Phoenix. I don't really have a Marvel Legends Phoenix. I have a Jean Grey figure. Or the Jean Grey figure, so I definitely prefer this one just because of her costume. But this figure here, nothing too fantastic. Articulation pretty standard for a lot of the women characters, pretty much same as Kitty, including the kind of limited articulation for the hair. But her hair is like, it's big and it's a pretty solid piece, so it's not moving. You're not really moving a lot. You can tilt forward some, but yeah. And then you got the sash there, and see, you get her face in there. I mean, she looks pretty good there. I like the chest logo. Looks pretty smooth, so that's dope. Yeah, she has the kind of, I don't know what you call them hands, but just the energy throwing hands. I believe Storm had them, as well as Scarlet Witch. But the issue I really want to talk about with her are these stupid boots. First of all, they look terrible, and then they present all sorts of balancing issues. I've plenty of times when I was doing the reviews, those multiple reviews I told you about, as well as some of the images I'm gonna post from my photo gallery on my blog, and she just fell over sometimes. I really hate them because they just, like I said, they look stupid and they're just terrible for balancing, and it's just bad. So yeah, Phoenix is definitely not high on my list for this wave. Yeah, I'll talk more about her when I wrap it up, but yeah, standard articulation, pretty much similar to Kitty's. Paint-wise, nothing too fantastic, just because, I mean, it's just getting green and yellow. So when you got the basically two colors and then the black there, and then like above the neck, there's nothing, or below that, nothing really too much to expect. Nothing for accessories, really. obviously because it's Phoenix, but she does come with a piece for Juggernaut. So, like I said, those two are together. And we're already close to putting Juggernaut together. So, yeah. Like I say, nothing really too much to talk about Phoenix. I have some more thoughts when I do my wrap-up. Height. Miss Gray stands. She's got a little big hair, though. So she's pushes her just above 6 1/4 if you count her hair. Or if you really want to just go by like where her head is, probably just around 6. So, yeah, Jean Grey Phoenix. And saving the best for last is Rogue. Not only my most anticipated figure of this wave, but one of my most anticipated Marvel Legends figures, period. Rogue is just a fantastic character. Similar to Havoc, she's been getting a lot of love with, or she did get a lot of love with Uncanny Avengers. So here we have her in action figure form. In her 90s costume, Rogue, green and yellow, brown jacket, headband, all that good stuff. Quick touch on her accessories. She has her ungloved hand from when she needs still some powers, and then she comes with the last piece for Juggernaut, the other leg. So we're gonna be building that guy soon. But yeah, Rogue, so happy to have her. Finally, I'm not even gonna put the other hand in because she's gonna be all fist. She's gonna be slugging Sindels and other baddies all around. So check her out here. Got the X on her chest. Check out the pretty face, the headband, the hair. It's really kind of comes off kind of gray. So that one could have been a little more white. See the X on the jacket there. You see the chest and the other side there. It looks great there. Only place it doesn't look great is on her belt because it kind of comes off a little off center. But yeah, not too picky about that. Other thing I just noticed really is like her midsection here from her thigh articulation up to her upper ab area. It looks a little glossier than like the rest of her body for some reason. I don't know if it's because of the lighting or what. You can kind of see it there where it shines a little more. But yeah, I mean, Rogue, other issues with the sculpt are these pieces here because they're actually independent pieces because she has those long boots. So like the top, I don't know what you call it, like the cuff of the boot, and then these little green bands are actually loose, but they're not gonna. So they kind of move around. At least I guess it's kind of give you the look of the tall boots while not really messing up our articulation. So I guess that's how Hasbro figured they wanted to do it. Then her hair there is a pretty solid piece like Jean's. It's just not as big, so it kind of hampers articulation a bit. And then yeah, usual articulation for the women. Not a whole lot of neck to it because of the hair. Shoulders, single jointed elbows, wrist swivel pivot, midsection swivel, no waist articulation, hips, thighs, double jointed knees, no calves, and then ankle rockers, which look great. I just love this. She looks great, honestly. I probably put her, Cable, definitely as the top two of my top two favorites in this wave. They look great. She has the rosy cheeks there. You can see the makeup. And yeah, she's definitely ready to slug some Sentinels. I'm just happy to have Rogue. She looks great. I love Rogue. Just happy to have an X-Men wave. This is just fantastic. Height. She looks like she's a hair under 6 1/4. Ready to bust some tail. Everybody's messing with Rogue. Through the power of the Crimson Gem of Sidorak, Juggernaut. Here he is. Arm in there, head there, right arm there, left arm there. Which leg is this? This would be the left leg, right leg, and there he is, Juggernaut. This guy is a monster. Like, no lie, he is huge. Fantastic looking guy here. Sculpted out. Usually with build a figure, especially with the bulkier ones, not gonna get. He has a lot of the same articulation, just no double jointed elbows or knees, and then obviously nothing really for the calf because it's so huge. It does have thighs, shoulders, biceps, and then Does get some articulation with the wrists, like swivel and pivot as well. Not a whole lot with the tilts for the neck. And then midsection, got waist swivel there. You can see that. It's kind of rough because of the belt there, that's kind of stopped it in there. So I don't really know what it's supposed to be, unless it's just a goofy looking belt buckle. And hips, thighs, so like I said, single joints and knees, and then ankle rockers. Nice touch. Couldn't get his face in there. Look at that. One thing I really like is it actually looks like he's wearing his helmet, and it's not just like a piece where just the face, the parts of the face that you can see are just painted on there. It actually looks like two separate pieces put together, so that's pretty dope. So there's Juggernaut. It's huge. And because I have to, here he is with the Marvel Select Juggernaut. Another monster of a figure. Wow. I know people talk about which one is better, but I'm lucky because I have both, so depends on what you're looking for. And both of the figures rock. But this guy's just beefy. He's heavy as hell. But yeah, Juggernaut. Finally got him. Build a figure. X-Men Wave. Jug stands. Where are we at? He's close to 8.5. This guy is a monster. Man, he looks great all around. Kind of check him out from the back there. Got the red. Really made sure they differentiated like the red and the maroon, whereas the on the Marvel Select figure it's a little closer in like color scale. But yeah, Jugs. And this guy looks great. So yeah, that's the X-Men Legends wave. And wrap it up. That's a damn good wave. Obviously, the two disappointments being Iceman and Jean Grey. Honestly, I'm gonna keep them. But if you come across them all, and if you're not planning to build Juggernauts, and you don't care about Iceman and Phoenix, you can probably skip those figures. Like I say, I like the Iceman look, so that's okay. Like my issues with them, just kind of I'll deal with it. Phoenix, not really necessary, but everybody else, especially Rogue and Cable are definitely the standouts. They're fantastic. And then Deadpool, Kitty, and Wolverine are just great as well. And then Havoc, of course, like I say, nothing too stand out about him. He's just a solid figure, so can't fault for that. But yeah, Rogue and Cable are just dope figures. You definitely need to pick those two up. I don't imagine they'll be sitting around. They definitely will not be peg warmers. I have seen Iceman, Kitty, Phoenix, and Havoc having kind of look like they'll be the peg warmers. I've seen a few of those kind of sitting around town, so they're not going anywhere. And Jugs, but I mean, if you want, you should definitely get the whole set, or at least buy the pieces that you don't want, so you can get Juggernaut, because he's a dope figure. And yeah, this X-Men wave. Hopefully, this video will not end up anywhere near 40 minutes. I'm trying to keep it under a half hour if possible, but I think I'm over that. It's just hard to do this because just so many. There's a lot to talk about when you're doing 8-9 figures in one video. But yeah, that's the X-Men wave. Like I said, overall I'm definitely happy, minus the disappointments, but doesn't take away from the rest of the wave and then the build a figure. So we got X-Men, people. X-Men. Everybody knows X-Men are my favorite though. Iceman's messing up the game. See, bad enough you just can't be a perfect figure, but you're gonna mess up my review as well. Yeah, let me know what you think of this review. Thanks for watching. Like I said, I've done this one 3-4 times. I really want to do this one, like make it a full wave review and kind of test it out and see how I could work it out. And it took me a few tries, just ended up being longer than I wanted to. So trying to cut it down. So we'll see how that works out when I edit it. But yeah, let me know what you think of this. Be on the lookout for my blog. When I post this, I will have everything up, and then you'll be able to see a full photo gallery, as well as some comparisons with other figures, which was the thing I cut out of the video review to kind of take away some time. But yeah, let me know what you think. As always, happy toy collecting, happy toy hunting. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. This is Geno the Dragon, and peace out.